Hello everyone, it's Meg and welcome to the second weekly reading vlog for the Mentalhealthathon 2020. So we are start a new week and the second week of this readathon, and I'm still always so excited to be taking part in this. And if you guys haven't watched the reading vlog that I did for last week, I will leave it in the description down below. I will try and remember to do that because I usually forget. But yeah, if you haven't gone and watched it, go and watch that, and I will start off with telling you guys what I am currently reading. So the book I'm currently reading is the book that I started reading in the last week's vlog, which is All the Things We Never Said by Yasmin Raham. I have read a bit more. I've not read masses, but I am on page 149, which is chapter 23. So slowly making my way and still liking this book. It is very easy and accessible writing style, which I feel like is why it has potentially to be a very quick read. But not a lot, stuff has happened since I last updated you guys on this book, because I'd literally only read like a few chapters by the end of last week. And yeah, this is probably going to be one of the most powerful and deepest books I have ever read. It deals with so many different topics, so many different importance and like darker topics that I may have read about in other novels, but not in this kind of light, I guess. It's just all very new for me. It's very powerful, and we have been learning about the perspectives of our three main characters and kind of why they are wanting to do this pact, why they have signed up to do this pact. And we found out about Olivia's perspective a couple of chapters back, and like, oh my god, like, wow. I have read a book. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, because I guess to a certain extent it's kind of a spoiler, because it's kind of a bit of a mystery at the very start of this book about why she's doing this. But like, I have read a book, or maybe one or two books, about her reasoning about Olivia's story before, like similar sort of subject matter about her story, but not to the extent and depth that it is going to be talked about in this book. And I feel for Olivia so much. I really understand now, like, her, because her chapters are kind of written in like more of like a verse format instead of prose, and it really adds to like the tension and the fear that she has, that you don't see, the other girls don't see on the outside. And like, I feel for her. I know she's fictional, but just like, wow, you really feel for all these characters, and you get to like feel another level for them about the reasoning of why they have obviously all signed up to do this pact. But I love the friendship that is blooming between them all at the moment. Like, they're all so different, but obviously they do have the similarities, and they kind of learn to come together, and they're starting to form a bit of a really lovely friendship, and I love that. But yeah, these are kind of my thoughts on this book so far. Let me just turn the light down because we are rather bright here. There we go. But yeah, I'm liking this book, but it's like, I was reading it last night in the bath, and I kind of got to a point where I just had to kind of put it down for a moment. Don't know whether that's also because I'm somebody who's very sensitive and like I'm an empath and like all that sort of thing. I'm a highly sensitive person, so, and also because I'm not used to reading a book that deals with these topics in such a heavy way, so it's kind of making me adjust it. But I am definitely enjoying it, and I'm engaged with it, and I want to see what happens. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this by the end of the week. I really like that, and kind of stick to my one book, or like one physical book a week sort of thing. So yes, still enjoying this, and hopefully I will be able to finish it by the end of the week. And I still haven't continued with my audiobook or any of the audiobooks on my TBR. I think I'm actually going to listen to an audiobook that's not on my TBR, just like a plain fluffy contemporary, just because obviously I'm reading books that are quite heavy and deal with a lot of very important subjects, which is obviously is good, and like very educational, but at the same time it's nice to have something a bit lighter and a bit of a contrast, especially when you're kind of reading books that are a bit heavier. So I might pick one up. I've got one in mind. I have no idea what the name of it is, but I think I might start picking it up because I've just been listening to music over the past week and stuff like that, which has been nice as well, but I think it's time that I go back to listen to audiobooks. So I'll probably go for like a nice fluffy contemporary just for the time being until I'm ready to go back to my audiobooks, because I would like to finish at least one of them this month. That'd be really good. So it is about 1:30 now, and I don't have many plans for this week. As usual, I am going to try and do some writing in a bit. I'm trying to do something more productive, do some more Skillshare classes, because I might as well make the moment. I might as well just use this opportunity that I have, like the time and the free trial and stuff, just to, you know, use it. So I might do a photography one at some point, because I have realised how lacking I am in my photography lately. I'm really, really bright. I feel like I've really been abandoning my photography at the moment, like including my business and just creating photographic work for myself in general. I feel like I've really been abandoning it because writing has been taking over my life quite a lot, which is good. I love writing, but I've come to a lot of realizations about where my life is going to go and where my career is going to go during this lockdown, which is kind of scary, but at the same time I'm sort of at peace with that, if you see what I mean. It's just that thing of like knowing how to take those steps forward, and realising that dreams that I once had when I left uni are dreams that I no longer want, that no longer satisfy me in the same way. So yeah, that is something that I've been thinking a lot about, and I'm still thinking a lot about and working out, but I wouldn't have realised that, I guess, without having this extra time. So I guess that's something positive that has come out of this pandemic and all this time staying in home and lockdown. But yeah, so writing's been taking over my life, but photography is something that I never ever want to lose. I always want to do photography. It's something that has been a love of mine for the majority of my life. So I want to try and get back into creating regularly, because I feel like because I've been writing regularly, I've been writing every day over the past month, and that has kind of helped improve my love for it, and also doing workshops and stuff. So I feel like learning more about photography and trying to get in a habit of creating regularly will also do the same. So I was tempted to create one photo a day for this week. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that, but we shall see. I just want to try and create something this week. If I can create one photo this week, I think that'd be amazing. As it's something that obviously is a really big part of my life and a big part of my identity, so I want to keep doing that, even though like I have been delving into and exploring a load of new hobbies and stuff, which is great, but it's always good to also stick with your roots and your original loves. So yeah, that's my little blab and very long intro for this video. I hope it wasn't too boring, but yeah, so I'm gonna go and do something productive, either do a class or go and do a workshop. I've got a workshop from Rupi, a writing workshop that I haven't done yet, so I'm going to try and do that at some point today. And yeah, that's kind of my plan for the day, and we will see how everything goes. So yeah, I'm going to go and do something productive now and catch you guys in a little bit. Hello everyone and happy Wednesday! I feel like this week is going really quickly already. Like, it's weird how even though most of us aren't in work and have to stay at home, yet these weeks have been flying by. Like, we're nearly halfway through May now, which is absolutely crazy. But I have some more reading update for you guys for All the Things We Never Said by Yasmin Raham. I am now halfway through, which is very exciting. I'm on chapter 43, which is page 245, and I'm still enjoying it. I feel like we're just getting to know these characters so even more. I really, really love the friendship dynamic in this and how they all support each other and kind of understand what one another are going through, even though their issues and what they are going through in life is all very different. Like, they're similar at the same time, and they can all support each other, which I really, really love. And I love getting to know the characters a bit more. They're all very intricate, especially Kara, who, the bit that I've just recently been reading has mainly been concentrated on Kara and her relationship with her mum, about something that happened to her about 10 months ago. And Kara is a very intricate character. She's very angry, she's very, very mad at the world, and she takes it out on her mum a lot. And so their relationship is a bit rickety, but something has just happened that kind of blew everything up, but also at the same time helped them come and connect to one another and realise that how they needed to talk about this event that happened, how they just kind of ignored it and pushed it under the rug. And I just really have been enjoying getting to know these characters, and just, they're so different, but it also goes to show at the same time you never know what anybody is going through, even if you are living with that same person in the same household. But yeah, I'm still really enjoying it. I'm hoping I can get to page 300 by the end of today, because I'd really like to start making a bit more progress with this book. I don't feel like I've been reading it as fast, just for the factor that obviously certain parts of this book are very hard hitting, and I think obviously it's only going to get more intense as we kind of get towards keep going through the book. And so I have been not reading it quite as fast, even though it is quite a fast writing style to read. So I'm going to have a bath this evening, so hopefully I can do a good amount of reading by then, get to roughly around page 300. I feel like that is definitely doable, and then I can, fingers crossed, hopefully definitely be able to finish it by the end of the week, because if I get to page 300 then I have roughly around 130 pages left to read, which is very exciting. So yeah, so that is my reading update. And I did actually start a new audiobook. It's nothing related to Mentalhealthathon, I just started it because I wanted to, which is called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a non-fiction book, and I just wanted something to listen to whilst I was sorting out a video yesterday, so I was just listening to that, and I don't really have any thoughts on it. It's just kind of in the background. I don't know if I'm going to stick to doing it. I really, really want to carry on with my other audiobooks. So I think at some point this week I definitely want to try and finish my original audiobook, which is I Don't Want to Be Crazy, because I want to at least finish one of my audiobooks. So that is my plan. That is my update. I don't have anything else exciting to report. I had a very lovely video call chat with Kira and Em yesterday, and I really, really loved it. It just brightened my day. We haven't done one in a couple of weeks since our challenge video for like a 24-hour readathon we did, and it was just really nice to catch up with them and just talk about life, the universe, all the rest of it. So yeah, that was really lovely. And my rest of my plans for today, it is nearly 12 o'clock, so I'm going to finish off a Skillshare class that I started yesterday, which is about finding your editing style in photography. And also I need to write, and I just need to check that this video that I did yesterday has gone up okay and everything like that. And yeah, and then I'm gonna have a bath in the evening and chill, which should be super fun. So yeah, I'm going to just go and do something mildly productive before having some lunch, and then I will catch you guys in a bit. So it is a little bit, well, quite a lot later on actually. It's like 9 o'clock and I have just had a bath and been reading more of my book. And oh, wow. I don't even know what to say. I am on page 302, so I have roughly 130 pages left. And to a certain extent I really want to read more because I'm at a point now where I want to finish the book, not because I'm not enjoying it. I just, you know, when you just want to get to the end of a book, even if it's a good book. And like things are getting kind of intense now. Like to a certain extent I know what's coming because I'm a really bad person. I don't flick through my book purposefully to see what's coming up. I look to see how long the chapters are. Things are getting a little bit more intense, like slowly but surely. This book definitely has like a slight thriller aspect to it. Like I've never read a thriller in my entire life. I never plan on because I'm an absolute chicken. But like with the app and stuff, and like stuff related to the app that is starting to happen now is like full on thriller-esque in my eyes. So yeah, that's what is happening, and it's that point where I actually forget to breathe when I'm reading this book. So to some extent I really want to carry on reading it so then I can just make more progress with it, but I need to breathe for a second, so I'm going to put it down for a while. I don't know if I'll pick it up later on, I might do, but I'm going to paint my nails because I haven't done that in ages for some reason. I haven't done that the whole time I have been off work, and I should do because, you know, I never get to do it. And I'm going to watch some YouTube videos and drink some tea and chill, and then maybe I will go back to my book, I don't know, but like, your girl needs to chill and breathe again. I'm probably overreacting, but just like I am so ridiculously sensitive and like empathic. It's just, I don't know. I'm just a mess and a whole mix of emotions by now. Not badly, like this book isn't bad. It's good. I'm just feeling a lot because of it. So yeah, I'm going to go and pick my nails and watch some YouTube, and hopefully I will chill down a bit and I can carry on reading my book. So I have just finished All the Things We Never Said, and oh my god, this is hands down probably the most powerful, impactful book I have ever read. There is so much emotion, so much tension, there's just so much. It has you feeling so many emotions, just like, oh, like, wow. Like, I had about 130 pages roughly left of this book, and I was like, I need to finish it. So I sat down, I finished it in maybe like 2 hours or something, which for me is very fast. And just, I flew by, and just wow is all I can say. Just, I've never read a book like this before. I've read quite a few mental health books in my reading life, but none like this, none that have been like this. Just wow. I feel like I'm just going to have to give this 5 stars. My emotions are still all over the place right now, not in a bad way, just like this book just made me feel so many things, and I think it is an incredibly important book. I love so much about this book. I love the diversity in this book, and obviously handling topics of mental health, and I really like the ending of this book as well. I really adore the friendships and just so much about it. There are quite a lot of trigger warnings for this book, so be aware of that. There are trigger warnings such as anxiety, depression, suicide, sexual abuse, rape, and yeah, so there's a lot in here, but that's what makes it so powerful and so important. And yeah, wow, is all I could say. And I said earlier in this vlog that it's kind of a thriller aspect, and I guess it's kind of more thrilling more than thriller aspects because of this suicide pact website. I think that's kind of like the thrilling, thriller-esque aspect of this, but I really liked just how everything was handled, and just, yes, extremely impactful. So I know a couple of you who are watching this vlog might be have been interested in this book. I definitely recommend going and picking it up. I actually had a look on Goodreads as well, just to kind of see what everybody thought and kind of their views on this book, and there was a lot of high ratings on this book, and I can see why. So yes, it was definitely a roller coaster, especially for somebody like me who is very sensitive, and I am just never read a book that has just screwed with my emotions so much, not in a bad way, but yeah, this was such a powerful and important book. And if you, like I said, if you haven't picked this up, definitely go and pick this up. I definitely recommend it. It's so important and impactful, and yes, I'm really glad that I got to read it, especially for Mentalhealthathon. So that is another read complete, which is very exciting. And now I am on to my last two physical reads, and I don't know if I'm going to pick another book up. I'm going to pick up The Perks of Being a Wallflower next, which I'm really excited for. It's probably going to be one of the lighter books, like slightly lighter books on this list. So I'm going to pick that one up next. I don't know if it'll be today, but I think I'm going to listen to the audiobook whilst reading along with it, or at least for most of the book whilst I'm reading it. So yeah, so I am going to go and chill. It is like 20 past 10, so I think I'm going to just go and chill for a bit, let myself recover and kind of feed through my emotions of reading this book. And then I will probably catch you guys at some point tomorrow once I've started my new book and I have sifted through my emotions.
Going to be a little bit different from some of them you may have seen. Can you see the tip of my unicorn? You can't, can you? Can you do that? Bring it to me, give it to me, I'm on, she when you come. Respect me, I got a big loud mouth. I'm always talking much too free. If you go for tact and manners, better stay away from me.
And it is Friday. I nearly forgot what day it is then. Like, days are just getting mixed up all over the place. But it is the evening, and I have started my next book for the readathon, which is Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, and this is actually a reread for me because I read this back in like 2015, maybe 2016, something along those lines. So it's been quite a while, and I felt like it was time to reread it, and I started it. I am on page 34 or 35, one or the other, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I was originally going to start listening to it with the audiobook. I still might do that, but I've not been doing that whilst I've started it, and I'm really enjoying it. And I had to Google what the mental health representation was for this book because it's been so long since I read it. I genuinely can't remember. Like, I know the story, I just couldn't remember the mental health representation. So from what I read online, the representation is for PTSD, depression, and there's also a representation for a sexual assault in here as well. So obviously if you are going to read this book, then just be aware of that before going into it. But I feel like it's a book that a lot of people have read or are somewhat familiar with. But I'm really enjoying my time reading it so far. I feel like it's going to be a very different experience because I feel like I read it rather slowly first time I read it. Obviously I'm kind of a quicker reader now than I used to be, but like I've grown so much as a reader, so I feel like I'm going to be able to get more out of this than the first time I read it. So I'm really looking forward to continuing with this, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it, and I'm probably going to have to watch the film afterwards because I haven't watched the film in ages, so I might have to do that over the next week I want to kind of watch the film now, but I think I'll watch it after I've read the book, because then I can kind of see the similarities and the differences and all that sort of thing. But yeah, really enjoying this. And the other day I did actually continue with my audiobook, which is I Don't Want to Be Crazy. I don't know how much I've got left, maybe about an hour and a half, maybe just over an hour, something like that. So yeah, I don't really have any thoughts to say on the audiobook, but I am continuing with it, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it within the next week. Like, fingers crossed, I'm crossing my fingers that I'm actually going to finish an audiobook. But yeah, I've not had a very exciting day. You probably will have seen some clips beforehand, because I just watched a drag show for Manchester Queens, which Manchester Pride were holding, because unfortunately Manchester Pride isn't going ahead this year because of the virus and all that sort of thing, which is very sad, because it's something that me and my friends go to every year. But they did a drag show with the Manchester Queens, and I love it so much. It was so much fun, because I've never been to solely a UK drag show, so it's nice to watch the girls, and hopefully they're going to do another one in the future, like, fingers crossed. That would be great. But I've done that. We made pizza for tea, and today I took my car for a drive because otherwise it was going to die, and I've not done a lot, to be honest with you. But, you know, that's okay. So it is like 9:15 now, so I'm probably going to chill. I'm either going to watch a video or I'm going to read something along those lines, at any rate. And I need to go and have a cup of tea, because I had a cider before and it's given me a headache, which isn't fun. So yeah, I think I'm going to get changed, get a cup of tea, and either do some reading or watch some YouTube or Netflix or something along those lines. And yeah, that's my update for the moment. Hopefully I will do some more reading tonight, which will be really good. And I will see you guys at some point tomorrow. So it is now Saturday, and I'm going to wrap this vlog up here so then I can finish editing it and get it up by some point tomorrow on Sunday. And I am also not really going to do a lot of reading for the rest of the day, I don't think, so I will give you guys a reading wrap up. So I finished my second book for the readathon, which is All the Things We Never Said by Yasmin Raham, and this completed the challenge for reading the newest book on your TBR that deals with mental health. And I also started the Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, and this doesn't necessarily cover any challenge. I just wanted to read it for the Mentalhealthathon, and I've just finished part 1, so I'm on page 45 and I'm still very enjoying it, like, a lot. I'm just feel like I'm just gonna really enjoy this reread because it's been such a long time since I've read it. But yeah, that is my reading for the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this other reading vlog. I feel like it's maybe a little more interesting than the last one, possibly. Like, I don't know if I can be the judge of that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week for the 3rd week of the readathon. If you like this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more bookish videos from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you'll be noted every time I post a new video. As always, I will leave the links to my social media along with the links to my Goodreads in the description down below for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!